So welcome to our fish farm here. I'm just going to take you through a walkthrough of our abandoned and vandalized fish farm. This was a 20 million rand installation here that was bought by the municipality for about 9 million rand, which is our money. So we have the opinion that it belongs to the people and it should benefit the people and the community. So just like everything else that's been left vandalized here by the municipality, our intention is to start utilizing it for the benefit of the community. So one of the halls, as you can see behind me, this was a 5-star state-of-the-art installation. We can breed 1 million fish per month here. That's a lot of fish. It means it can feed everybody here. Everybody can have fish every day. And plus we'll have fish to export and sell to our neighboring communities in the whole province to bring in some funds for the community to activate and fund other community projects. So this is one of the foundations and the key community project that we want to activate, that we want the municipality to support us and not stand in our way. But clearly that's not happening. We first we are now what, it's about the 11th of December, I don't know what the date is today, 2014. On the 14th of January we had our first meeting with the municipality and the representative of the municipality and proposed that we start the fish farm as a community project. We have made many attempts to contact them since then. We've had absolutely no response or no attempt to connect with us. So basically we're just doing what we think needs to be done and start using it for the benefit of the community. And we have a very strong support of the community. That's the most important thing, is that pretty much everybody in town agrees with us that this should benefit the community and not stand empty and vandalized, and specifically since it's been bought with our money by the municipality. So one of the things we want to do here is turn this big hall behind me here into a mushroom growing factory to grow mushrooms. And you can grow so many mushrooms in there, it'll boggle the mind. And then the hall further up there, the smaller of the two halls, is just a perfect size for a boxing academy. And that's what we hear now, is actually looking with Chris, who's come from the UK with some boxing equipment, and with Nelson, who's our local international boxer, to maybe put the boxing ring in there so it's there permanently, and actually get the guys here every day to start training and using it as a boxing academy. So basically going to do what we can to utilize various parts of this, including the fish farm, as various community activities. So let's take a walk up there.
Have they talked about any plans for it? So they've just bought it and they've left it, but have they sort of said they're going to do something with it? Or?
No, of course not.
No.
They want to break it down. The main thing, actually, one of the, as you may be aware of, we're busy signing 4,000 petitions in the town of about 5,000 people. We're signing 4,000 petitions right now to stop the municipality from breaking it down. Now, we've heard rumors. We have not heard confirmed reports because they're not getting back to us. They're just not communicating with us in any way. We've heard reports and rumors that they want to break this down to build a shopping mall here. Now that's a crime against the people, because this was bought with our money. You can build a shopping mall anywhere here. Look, there's plenty of space. You don't need to build it here. So that's really what we want to prevent. It was very muddy here, guys. Be careful. That heavy rain we had yesterday, geez, it's like a marshland in here. I mean, you can see how it's been left. It's been standing so long that there are trees, you know, taller than the roof. That's how long it's been standing empty. You can see here. I mean, even this could be a boxing gym. You know, this could be used for something instead of standing vandalized and windows broken, trees. I mean, look at the trees growing through the window. It's insane. This is a beautiful spot. Now, there are many community projects that we have on our list of the Ubuntu activities. One of them is a dairy and a cheese factory, and making cream and cheese, and maybe that's what we can put in here. One of them is a pharmaceutical lab where we can make shampoos and cosmetics that are natural and organic for the community. Maybe that can be done here because the floor is still tiled and is still in reasonable condition, and with a little bit of taking the swallows out and a nesting up there, you know, you could probably turn this into a very useful place. But if you go around, you see the size of this hall. It's a huge hall. You can see some evidence of the plumbing and the water conduits that have been ripped out and are lying here. It gets a lot worse. Just look at the size of this hall. It's absolutely amazing. These beautiful wooden doors that are completely perished, but I guess with a little bit of scrubbing could be saved. Most of the windows are broken, but just look at the size of this hall. I mean, it's incredible. You don't realize how big it is from the outside. You know, if we can start utilizing this for growing mushrooms or something like that, this could become a real productive site for the community. And then the hall up here is where we want to put the boxing.
Are the community ready to start using these spaces for growing and things?
Like everything else, we have to drive it.
Yeah.
We have to drive it, find the people, find the coordinator or the master mushroom grower, bring them in here, and come, let's carry on walking, otherwise we'll be here all day. I mean, look at this beautiful space for a boxing gym, boxing academy, and put the boxing ring in the middle permanently. Obviously we're going to have to do some repair to the roof, which is not a major thing. So can you believe that they buy this place, it's fully functional, for 9 million rand, and then they just let it stand to be completely vandalized? That's a crime against the people. I mean, all the electrical wiring is out. I mean, you can hardly recognize it as being a power room. And then through here, I'm not going to take you through here, but this is the processing plant for the fish. I mean, it is a 5-star installation, you know, where you walk through one area to another, where you wash your feet in little foot baths and things, and all these hygienically sealed areas. It's spectacular installation.
Has it ever produced the fish though?
Oh, of course. It used to run as a fish farm for decades.
For decades.
So, in a nutshell, the village or the council or whatever you call it in South Africa has bought all these buildings just to let them rot.
That's what it is. Yeah. That's exactly what it is. The steam train used to run here. It used to draw thousands of people every weekend. People come from all over the world to ride the steam train. They shut it down. Now, you know, this was a vibrant little town in the 70s and 80s under the apartheid regime. And then the moment the ANC took over, that's it. They just shut it down and broke everything down. So I want to just take you, I want to really go to look at that little house there for Nelson, because we want Nelson to come and stay here to run the boxing, look after this, be the caretaker and also the trainer, and maybe some other guys that want to stay with him. There's a house down there that's standing vandalized and empty, and we'll just use it. We're not pressuring anyone, we're just doing it.
Right, brilliant.
Once you get the people onto the land, it's a lot more difficult to remove them. It's like squatting.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Conscious squatting. So there's a huge parking area here. A huge parking area that we're thinking of using as a market for the community, a weekend market, and then possibly utilize the halls for something to do with that, because it's just it's a waste of space. I mean, look at all the lights, the floodlights up there that used to light this whole area up. And there was see that little installation there? That was actually from what I understand, either a pump or an energy device that used to actually generate energy or pump water up here as well. Right there over that little bridge. Wow, look at this. Oh, there's one broken window here. Oh, there's more broken windows here, but... And here are our fish dams right here, fish breeding dams right here. They're going to need a little bit of TLC, but largely they can be used very quickly. Once we get the water flowing, and that won't take a long time, that we can do, you know, within a week we can have the water flowing and get the trees out.
Wow.
Clean it up, so we can clean this house up. Okay? And there's showers here. There's one shower here, another toilet here. All the plumbing is gone, the toilets are gone, but Isn't this nice of the municipality to look after our property like this? Isn't it lovely of them? Oh, well, there's still a toilet here, but it's not in a good state, not in a good shape.
I'm just wondering if there's any salary, basically, because the whole Ubuntu is getting away from money. He gets an exchange kind of process, right?
Yeah, but there is still money that's coming in. The way that it works is that we break it up into 3/3, 3 portions. The money that comes in, 1/3 goes towards paying the people that are working in that specific community project. You split the money with them 1/3. Another 1/3 goes towards buying food for the community kitchen, and the other 1/3 goes into upgrading the community project itself, or setting up other community projects. That's how we've structured it. And so far everybody's happy with that. We'll see how it works in real life.
And it's constantly evolving, I guess, you know, as more people or more things come in and more things, you know, you judge by what's successful and what's not. I guess.
Exactly. It's a living process. We don't know how it's going to unfold. The philosophy and the theory is sound, and it's stayed sound for 10 years now, and now we're putting it into practice. So we'll see how it goes. So far, so good. You know, people are working with us. They're getting fed for doing the work, and they're happy with that. But we need to add a little bit of cash component to it, because they still need to buy toilet paper and toothpaste and stuff like that. So until we create our own laboratory that makes the organic toothpaste, then again, that'll be available very cheap to the community, and those that participate in the community projects will get that for free. The same with the bread in the bakery. Those that participate will get free bread. And so every community project just increases the lifestyle and the quality of life of the people in the town and involved in the community projects. Everything. Once we start creating, sewing and creating clothes for the community, those that participate will get free clothing.
Brilliant.
So, and those that don't will continue paying for it, and that money is used to upgrade the projects and keep improving the delivery. Not everybody is going to want to participate. There's always fence sitters, people that want to see how it unfolds, and then they'll get involved. They don't want to get their hands dirty to start off with, because they're fence sitters.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
They don't want to invest in something that might not work.
Yeah, exactly. They can't see the picture. They don't resonate with it fully. So.
Well, you're foundation building now, aren't you? And once the house is halfway, you'll get a lot more people coming to finish.
So this is what I've been saying to people, is that what we're doing right now is probably the most difficult job in the world. This has never been done before. Because if it has been done before, we wouldn't be standing here talking about it. We'd be living in those communities. So, if somebody says, oh, it has been done, I say, no, it hasn't. Nothing. They're kibbutzes, they're self-sustained communities, and all these kind of things, and they have had no effect on the greater world as a whole. This will have a profound effect on the greater world as a whole, because contributionism devours capitalism. It destroys it anyway around itself. Because remember, once we got a fish farm here, it's producing 1 million fish a month. It feeds everybody with free fish every month, and we are exporting fish to our neighboring towns for 20% of what they pay for fish there. What have we just done to their capitalistic model? We have destroyed their capitalistic model. And they're going to say, well, how come your fish is so cheap? It's because we work on it together. We breed the fish together. And that's why the fish is so cheap. We breed it for ourselves and for our neighboring communities. But because you're not working in our community projects, you have to pay for it. But we were going to make you pay a little bit, not the full price. So the moment you do this, they're going to say, oh my God, we got to do what you're doing to have the same benefit as your people. And the moment you've done that, this is why I've been repeating this now for many years now. The moment you've got one tiny little community that's doing that, exporting their butter, milk, bread, cheese, fish, wood, whatever it is that your community is doing, at a fraction of the cost that your neighboring communities can buy it in their capitalistic models, you've destroyed their capitalistic model. They will have to implement what you're doing here.
Well, you're going to bring the price down, right? Until it's free.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. There's a monopoly in the world, and you're going to just offer competition until the price just gets lower and lower and lower to the point where everything's free.
Yeah, that's exactly. So, we can't go from zero to hero. No, so we're starting this. So in the beginning, people have to work and participate and contribute for what seems like not much of a return, a meal a day. Well, to a lot of people that's a lot. 1 meal a day is a lot in these parts of the world. And that increases to 2 meals a day, to 3 meals a day, to eventually some cash, because the project is actually generating an income, and so it increases and improves all the time. So we are building it up from ground zero upwards, and really walking the talk, because we've been talking about this for at least 5 years, maybe 6 years now, and now we're doing it. So it is difficult, it's not easy, and we're learning every step of the way.